Hey everybody, this is DJ Gerry, and the other night I was watching this movie. It's called Stoned, and it tells the true life adventures of the last few years of Brian Jones. Now, Brian Jones was actually the leader of the Rolling Stones. He started the group and formed the group. He was a guitar player. He also played sitar and other wind instruments. And on July 3rd, 1969, he was found drowned in his pool. And for so many years, you know, the Essex police in England said that it was just death by misadventure. He was taking drugs and alcohol, and somehow he drowned, and it was just death by misadventure. What death is not a misadventure, really, when it comes down to it. But it just, that story always just didn't make sense to me, because Brian Jones actually was trained as a swimmer in high school. He used to compete. He was a very good swimmer. And for him to have just drowned by himself, it just seemed like it just didn't make sense. But of course, you know, that's what the police had said. He was only 27 years old. He was one of the first members of the 27 Club. That means he was a rock star who only lived to the age 27. Now there was Jim Morrison, Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix, Kurt Cobain, and Amy Winehouse also passed away at 27. So there were quite a few of them. And he believed just in living his life. He felt he wasn't going to be on this planet that long, but you know, the drugs and alcohol really didn't work well with him, and he was not being responsible, and he was coming to these music sessions, recording sessions, unable to play because of his drug and alcohol problem. He wasn't able to tour in America. So the Rolling Stones, a month before his death, they dismissed him from the group, which was really sad and unfortunate. And he did live in a house. It was actually owned by the creator of the Winnie the Pooh books, and the author's name was A.A. Milne. And there's a beautiful house in East Sussex, England. And actually the author, I believe, bought it in 1924, wrote some of his books in 1926. He wrote it for his son, Christopher Robin. Actually, over here, you see a picture of Brian. He does look a little like Christopher Robin. He would walk around the area, and that's where the author got his inspiration. Now, they were trying to fix up this mansion. It was called Cotchford Farm, and they hired a builder. His name was Frank Thorogood. He was supposed to finish the work in 2 weeks. He was working there for 3 months. Things weren't getting finished. He wasn't a very good builder, and he was very jealous of Brian Jones's fame. And a lot of people think that when they needed to, to terminate him, that he didn't have enough money to afford him anymore after he was dismissed from the Rolling Stones. So he had to dismiss Frank Thorogood. The rumor is that Frank Thorogood was very upset, and he forced Brian Jones down. He was playing around with him first, but he drowned him, and there wasn't anybody else outside to witness it. And when they found Brian Jones, he was at the bottom of the pool. He had already drowned. And there was a driver, Brian Jones's driver. His name was Tom Keelatch, and somehow he knew about it, and he tried to cover it up. There was some documents that were burned. One of the leaders of the Brian Jones fan club had seen documents and things being burned the morning of his death around 7 a.m. when the leader of the fan club was going to work. And there was a rumor that in 1993, Frank Thorogood, the builder, admitted on his deathbed that he did kill Brian Jones, and there was the other that Tom Kelatch was supposedly had known about it. But there was all these rumors and conspiracy theories. They tried to reopen the case again, but it just ended up getting closed again because of lack of evidence. But there was many books written about it. One was called Who Killed Christopher Robin? And it's hard to know exactly what happened, but I thought this movie wasn't the greatest movie of all. They could have done more with it because they didn't really show Brian Jones as a musician. They just showed him in his misanthropic life, and his drugs and alcohol abuse and so forth. But it really was an eye-opener in the sense that I wasn't even aware that there was a murder conspiracy talked about. So you come up with your own conclusions. But anyway, I feel like this is an episode of Dateline or something like that. But it's a very interesting story, a very tragic story. And the Rolling Stones did move on after that to, of course, great success. And Brian Jones has not been forgotten. He will always be remembered as the leader, the original member of the Rolling Stones, who helped create the world's greatest rock and roll band. Anyway, this is DJ Gerry. Thank you for watching, and I will see you later on. All right, guys, keep subscribing and keep watching those videos. DJ Gerry out.